back to my channel. It's Bella here. So today I decided to do like a let me reintroduce myself slash get to know me type of video. So pretty much this is just going to be like a reintroduction type of video. I'm just going to be talking about myself pretty much the whole video. So if you guys want to get to know me and know a little bit more about me, then go ahead and keep on watching. And this is going to be like a pretty lengthy video because I'm going to be doing my makeup the whole time. So y'all already know I got sidetracked like a million times. So get your food, get your coffee. I don't even know why I'm drinking coffee. It's like 7 o'clock at night. But yeah, so if you guys want to see, then just keep on watching. So I already primed my eyes and now I'm just going to be going in with some shadow, and I'm just going to be using the Strawberry Shake palette from ColourPop on my eyes. And first I'm going to be going into this shade right here, which is Paper Straw. So I'm pretty much going to be grabbing a big fluffy blending brush and applying that shade to my crease as my transition shade. And I'm going to try to just like do the video in one shot. Like I'm not going to like try to cut it as many times because it's a lot easier to edit. So I'm just going to put that in my crease. Before I get into the video, I just want to quickly say thank you guys so much for all your support in the last video. I honestly wasn't expecting that much feedback. I feel like you guys really like blew me away, and I'm like super thankful for all of you guys that left a comment and gave the video a thumbs up. It's been like kind of a struggle for me to really transition my channel just to be like me individually. So definitely leave your video ideas down below. I'm kind of over the whole eye look thing. I definitely still want to do the eye look videos, but I just feel kind of burnt out from it, and I feel like I just really want to switch it up and like rebrand this whole channel. As you guys can tell, I already changed the name to Bella Torres, which is my name. So, but I haven't changed the URL yet. I'm like going to do that soon. So if you want to search the channel, just search Sophie Bella Makeup, and that's like the only way that I've found that you can pop it up. It's right now it's youtube.com/SophieBella. But pretty soon I'm going to try to change it to Bella Torres. So I'll let you guys know when I do that. So next I'm going to go into the shade Shake It Up, this shade right here, and I'm just going to put that in my crease just to, oh my god, just to add some definition. I'm just going to grab a ColourPop E30 definer brush, and I'm just going to carve out my crease. Alright, so now that I applied that to my crease, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. So let's just start off with like the basics. So pretty much I am 27 years old, and I grew up in a city called Glendale, California, and it's kind of like a suburban city. And I grew up with two sisters, so you guys already know I have an identical twin sister, Sophie, and we have a younger sister named Paulina, and she is 21, about to turn 22. And yeah, so I grew up in a family with 3 girls, and I'm super close with my sisters. I speak to them like almost every single day. Alright, so now I'm going to add that darker color to the outer lid. So pretty much I grew up in LA and like city life, you know, but I feel like I always felt kind of out of place. I always wished that I grew up like on a farm, just because I grew up with such a love for horses and just like outdoors. So yeah, I pretty much grew up super like horse obsessed. Horses were my life up until the age like 18. And then I started playing sports like soccer, and then I didn't really get into makeup until after I graduated high school, like around 19, 20. And I started this channel when I was 21 years old. And so I've been doing YouTube for like 6 years now. And yeah. So now I'm just going to blend that out. So now I'm going to apply this Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in the shade Magic Moment to my lid. And I'm first going to apply some glitter glue because it is like a loose glitter type of consistency. So I like to use the NYX Glitter Primer. I'm just going to apply it to the back of my hand. So yeah, horses were like a huge part of my life growing up, and I honestly can't wait to own a horse again, or to lease a horse again. I don't know if I would own one again because it's like a huge responsibility, but it's definitely something that I really miss. I grew up with a lot of animals. Like I grew up with rabbits, turtles, cats, dogs. My family always had like 3 dogs at a time growing up, so I'm like super obsessed with animals. I've always been super drawn to animals. Ever since I was younger, I always said like, yeah, I'm gonna be vegan when I'm older, just because like I had such a love for animals. And I don't know why I would always say that, to be honest. It was kind of weird. It's like I like manifested it at a young age. But yeah, I've been like predominantly plant-based for the last 5 years. So like no pizza, no milk, all that. It's not really something I talk about a lot on this channel just because it's kind of controversial. Like I feel like most of the time when I tell people that I'm plant-based, they feel like I'm like attacking them for the way that they live their life, when that's just not the case. Like I honestly don't. The reason why I don't talk about it is because I don't want to come off as one of those people that is trying to push my beliefs onto other people. And that's just really not how I am. Like I'm not a judgy person at all. So yeah, I don't really talk about it on my channel for that reason, just because I feel like I get a lot of hate for it, which sounds really weird because it's my life, it's like my body, whatever I put into my body, like that's my business. But yeah, it's just something that I don't really talk about. But yeah. And it's super funny actually because my family's obviously not vegan at all. Like my dad cooks steak every single weekend, and like he always jokes because like when my sister and I were younger, he took us to a slaughterhouse because in Cuban culture we eat lechon, which is like a pig, and we pretty much put it like, you know when you see like the pigs laid out like on a stick pretty much, that's pretty much or like in the box, that's pretty much how I grew up, like every Christmas. And I never really thought anything of it, honestly, but my dad took me to a slaughterhouse when I was younger just to like go get the pig for Christmas for like the roast or whatever. And that's pretty much like when I started like thinking that I wanted to go vegan back then. So my dad always kind of blames it on that, which is, I think, is really funny. So now I'm just going to apply that darker shade to my outer lid, because when I applied that shimmer, it kind of got rid of that pigment. So I'm just going to go back in and add a little more depth. So what else? So I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 6 years, and we've lived together for 4 years. We've had a house together for 3 years, but we've technically like lived together for 4 years. He's very like private. He's not into the whole like cameras situation, so that's not something that I would like force him into doing. So now I'm going to go in with some liner. I'm going to go in with a Dose of Colors Set the Tone Cream Matte Eye Color in the shade Rodeo, or Rodeo. I don't know, however it's meant to be pronounced. And I'm just going to apply that to my lid, or to my, where I would apply eyeliner. I'm probably going to do this off camera because it's really hard to like do my eyeliner. So I'll be right back. So next I'm going to be moving on to my face, and I'm going to be using the Do You Fresh Glow Luminous Face Primer from Too Faced. And I'm just going to be applying that to my face. What else? I'm Cuban, and Spanish was my first language, but my Spanish isn't that good because I don't speak Spanish every single day. Like, I used to speak Spanish every day because I used to spend a lot of time at my grandma's house, and my grandma only speaks Spanish. So yeah, Spanish was my first language. Like, I went into preschool and kindergarten not knowing a single word of English, I swear. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that about me. Alright, so now I'm going into my foundation. But first I want to color correct. I'm going to use the Laura Geller Color Correcting Trio. And I'm going to use this peachy shade. I'm going to apply that to kind of like this area right here where I have darkness under my eyes. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with foundation. And I'm going to go in with the Becca Skin Love foundation. And it's like almost out. So I'm going to mix it with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. So yeah, I grew up very, very close to my sisters. I actually felt really bad for our younger sister because obviously Sophie and I were twins. And so when she was born, she was kind of like the odd man out. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate if you have an older sibling, like they don't want you to like play with them or whatever, like no, you can't play with me and my friends, da da da. So that's kind of how it was with my sister, my twin sister, and I, with our little sister. So I kind of felt bad for her growing up because she always felt kind of left out. But we're all super, super close now. And yeah, my little sister recently had a baby. So I'm an aunt now. I'm a tia. And that's been like pretty much the highlight of my entire life. I seriously love my nephew so, so much. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably see me like posting him all the time. I actually have like a highlight reel of just him on my Instagram because that's how obsessed I am. So yeah. I definitely want to like put him in a future video when he gets a little bit older. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that out. Yeah, I definitely want to have kids of my own, and I feel like being an aunt really like showed me that, just because I don't really have any like younger cousins or like babies in my family. And so when my nephew was born, it was just kind of like all new to me. I haven't really been around any babies since like my little sister was a baby, or like since my grandma used to take care of kids and like run a daycare, and I would help her with the babies that she would babysit and take care of. So it's been like a really, really, really long time since I've been around any kids, and so I didn't really know how it was going to be. But I definitely want to be a mom one day. I think I could wait though, like maybe till I'm like 30, you know. But of course my little sister's been like bugging me because she wants her baby to have a cousin. Alright, so now I'm going to do some contouring. And I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Chestnut. And I'm just going to contour like the normal areas that I would contour. So yeah, pretty much I grew up in the city and now I live in the mountains, which is like kind of an adjustment, but in a really good way. Like I said, oh my god, this is like so pigmented. But I'm going to blend it out, so don't worry. It's going to look super crazy like during the process, but trust the process. So yeah, I've been living up here for about 3 years now, and it's like an hour and a half away from where I grew up. So not too far from my family, but pretty far. And depending on LA traffic, it could be like 2 hours. So, but yeah, it's been like an adjustment, but in a good way. Like I definitely like the slower pace. It's kind of like the middle of nowhere. Where I live, there's literally a grocery store, a post office, a bowling alley, like a few really, really small like family owned businesses, and that's about it. Like there's no mall, there's no nothing like that. So it's definitely crazy like adjustment. If you're someone that likes to like go out and do things, then you definitely would not like it up here. But I definitely like hiking and going to the lake and doing a bunch of stuff like that. So I've definitely enjoyed it, and I feel like it's really made me like reflect on life and just like slow down and just live every day like in the moment, just because, and just like find things that make you happy that isn't necessarily like going to the mall and going shopping and like kind of like materialistic things. Like it's really slowed down my life in a good way, where it's just like finding things that make me happy, like going on walks and like really grounding things, if that makes sense. I don't know, I feel like that doesn't really make sense, but I really like just getting out of the house and like going on a walk. It sounds kind of boring, but the reason why my boyfriend and I moved here in the first place was because we kind of like the idea of like no distractions, and like during the weekend we can like go down and visit my family and then have the, like the best of both worlds, where we're like in the city and then we come back up and we're like in the middle of nowhere. So it's just kind of like focus on work and get what we need to get done. So it's kind of like a nice balance. But I definitely miss my nephew when I'm up here. Like, I wish I could live closer to him so I could like see him every day, because I just love him so much. And it's just crazy like how fast they grow up. Like, I sound like such a mom, but they really grow up so fast. Like, I feel like every weekend when I go down and visit, like I feel like he's already reached new milestones that I like missed, like being up here during the week. So if I could live closer to him, that would definitely be like better. But I feel like we plan on living here for a few more years. And I feel like I've gotten really accustomed to just like no traffic and just less people. Like, it's just a lot more low-key up here. Like, being up here during the pandemic was like really good for my anxiety, just because like I just felt like everything up here was happening in slow motion, where if you go down to the city it was like craziness. Like grocery stores lines wrapped around like the whole block, where here it wasn't really that crazy. So it's definitely like small town vibes. Alright, now I'm going to blend out the nose contour and the lip. Is the Huda Beauty and the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I'm going to mix the two. So I'm just going to apply some to the inner and outer. And then I'm going to blend this out off camera and I'll be right back. So I just blended out that concealer and then I set it in place with some Laura Mercier translucent powder, and now I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face. So what was it like growing up as an identical twin? I honestly loved it so much. I honestly would look at people that weren't a twin and I would just kind of be like, wow, like that sucks. Because growing up as a twin, like you just have someone to like go through life with. It's almost like the only thing I can compare it to, if you're not a twin, it's like being in a relationship and being best friends with the person that you're with. It's like you just have like a companion to like go through shit with and go through life with. And we were super close growing up, so like we played on the same team. When we went to Catholic school, we were in the same class. Like we just, when we rode horses, we would ride together. Like we had all the same hobbies. We did every single thing together. So I feel like it kind of creates like a codependent relationship, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Like it's kind of a hard transition, like going into our adult life. And I feel like a lot of twins go through that, where like when you grow up and become an adult, it's like finding your own identity outside of like being a twin, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of a complex thing to get into, but I feel like a lot of twins go through that. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend away that powder. But yeah, I honestly loved it so, so much. You know. We definitely had fun with it too, like when we were in private school and we were in the same class, we switched seats because we were in the same class, so it was like, I don't think we had the nerves, we didn't have the guts to like switch places in high school. I don't think we switched places in high school, did we? We might have, but I don't remember. But in elementary school, I remember we like switched seats to see if the teacher would know, and like the students ratted us out, so it didn't even like end up being like, it didn't end up being like one of those moments. But yeah, we definitely had fun with it. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with some highlighter on my cheekbones, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Canary Diamond highlighter first. And it looks like this. It's really beautiful. And I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks. And I don't know if you guys can see that. It just gives like a really bronzy, blushy type of glow. Like how it looks in the pan. It's like a really beautiful base for your highlight. I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to go in with the Vegas loose highlighter from Anastasia. And I'm just going to put that on the high points of my cheeks. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys that you don't already know? My birthday is on March 3rd, so I'm a Pisces. I'm just going to go in with some bronzer from Urban Decay. This is the Beach Bronzer in Bronzed. So yeah, I'm a Pisces. I'm kind of like a typical I'm kind of like a typical Pisces. Like if you read, you know, what a Pisces is, like sensitive, daydreamer, like we like are in our heads. Like I'll literally just be sitting there and like staring off into the distance and I'm just like daydreaming. Like that's literally me. So yeah, my head's like in the clouds most of the time. What else? But I'm also like practical too. You know what I mean? Obviously you guys know I'm a super creative person, but I don't like to draw or paint. My creativity is like strictly makeup. Like my twin sister Sophie, she is really, really good at painting. Like she can paint, she can draw, she can do all that, but I always felt very creative, but not in a drawing, painting type of way. So when I found makeup, it was kind of like my way to express my creativity. I'm super into fitness. Fitness is probably like my favorite hobby outside of work. I work out like every day during the week. I usually take Sundays off, but working out is like one of my favorite things to do. Like I look forward to every single workout. I've been working out since I was like 18, and so yeah, it's like a good stress reliever. I don't work out for like to look a certain way. I work out to feel a certain way. I always feel so much better after I work out, and obviously looking better is one of the benefits of working out. So now I'm just going to bake underneath that contour. So yeah, I really like weightlifting. I used to really love running. I used to run every single day. I'm kind of one of those people that like I like to switch it up. So otherwise I get bored really easily. So I used to like running every day, and now I'm really into cycling. I bought like a little cycling bike off Amazon, like a little spin bike. for like $100, which is like a really good deal because normally they're like 600 and upwards of like $600. And so I bought like a really cheap one, and I have like this iFit membership, and so they do like classes, and so pretty much I can take a spin class like anywhere in the world. Like I can be like riding my bike but watching the instructor ride in like Hawaii, and I did one in Canada, and it was like really crazy because the guy was like going over roots and rocks, and I'm just like on my little spin bike at home like riding along. So yeah, I'm kind of a dork like that, but I'm like super into fitness. I feel like it's one of the things that just keeps me really grounded, really balanced. Like it's just like a huge part of my life and something that I really, really enjoy doing. And I guess fitness has like a really special place in my heart because when I first started this whole YouTube thing, obviously I was broke, didn't have like a dollar to my name, and so something that I could always do to like lighten my mood and make me feel better was working out, like going on a run or just like doing anything physical that didn't cost any money. It just like would automatically put me in a better headspace, and I would feel like because I accomplished that, I could accomplish anything. So it just kind of gave me like an empowering state of mind and just helped me like get out of that rut. And so fitness has like such a special place in my heart because I feel like it just helped to keep me balanced and helped to keep me healthy. Alright, now I'm going to blend this out. And also I feel like we tend to forget that we only have one body to carry us throughout this whole life. And so you have to take care of it. Obviously working out is nice because you like feel better about yourself and you look better, but it's more like mental for me. Like I'm like, this is my one body, I have to take care of it. It's more of like a self-care thing versus like a ego thing, like how I look. So yeah. So now I'm just going to go in with some gloss just to finish up this look. And I'm going to use the Made You Blush gloss from Dose of Colors. And I'm just going to apply that. It's like a really beautiful blushy pink color. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching and learning a little bit more about me. If you liked it, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss out on a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!